guys, here we are. We've got a situation, actually, like us, South Africans, we loot foreigners' shops and probably a few killings here and there, expressing our angers over whatever the reason we might be angry over. So I just want to know, what's your guys' take on that?
For me, I'll start off with the thing here, xenophobia. Um, I believe it's a 50-50 thing. The people who are against illegal immigrants, they have their own reasons, and those ones who are here doing their business, especially those ones whose businesses are being attacked for not doing anything illegally or whatsoever, then they have. So for me, it's I don't know how would we resolve it, or the government resolve it, but it's a matter of, I think, government of every country that's implicated or involved in this to be actually
Because again, Mina, I just feel like, personally, it's my personal opinion, I feel like South Africans are angry over a whole lot of stuff, ne, that has been piling up over the years. But now they're shifting the blame. I mean, like, to be honest, there are some of the stuff that South Africans are saying some foreigners are doing. They are there,
true, yeah.
which are true. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like, instead of us going to address the government, like, hey, listen, the government, we have issues with this and that. So how can we work together as a country to tackle these issues? But they shift the blame entirely on foreigners and they start attacking the, you know what I'm saying? Because what's funnier to me is like we've had, like I've said, we've had these xenophobic attacks. Ne? Maybe after some time they cool off, and for some reason we tend to live with them again, then we forget about that. So what do you call that? Because if it was a permanent thing, like, you would fight them, you'd chase them, you'd want them, like, the war wouldn't stop until you see them out. So why do we fight them for a couple of weeks or months, then some months later we cool with them, we're buying at their shops, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense.
That's why personally I have a problem with how we are putting it. For me, it's criminals that are looting. It has nothing to do with. There are elements where there is the fact that people are foreign nationals. Then some people, there are genuine issues there. But I feel criminals overtake these genuine issues, and then it becomes the looting. It becomes, because why are we going into their shops? Why do we have to steal to
solve that,
to strengthen our points?
Yeah.
Because I personally, like, I'm gonna say it again, I do not believe these are genuine xenophobic attacks that the world
but
are viewing.
in terms
It's
of
criminals.
In terms of calling these people criminals, the people who are looting, ne? So you mean that everyone's a criminal? Because chances are everyone, even an old mama,
No.
wherever,
That's why I
will find
said.
them looting.
That's why I said
A child will find them looting.
it's the culture that we're in.
Are we now identifying someone who's protesting as a criminal? Because
If you are looting,
they
you're a
entered
criminal,
into-
sir.
Yeah.
Whether you're a grandmother, you are
same
looting,
here.
you're a criminal.
Same here.
So then, South Africans, we are criminals.
South Africa is a violent country, and a lot of the people in the country are criminals. Now, what happened? This was an incident between one foreign national and a taxi driver. That's how this all began. Okay?
Yes.
And then, instead of the police or whomever going after that person, suddenly mob justice going after foreign nationals. Firstly, this happened in Pretoria, Johannesburg, Ningenapi. Okay, we move on to the East Rand. There's a mall called Sontonga. They broke in the middle of the night. They blocked roads, went in. Your Edgar's, your air bottle store, they stole everything. There was nothing left
Those are
in
criminal
there. So,
activities.
if we are saying it is foreign nationals, they come here, they take our jobs. What did Sontonga Mall or a bottle store ever do to you? Like, no, we can't.
These things are influenced by what we see.
Yes, but now I feel like the argument, foreign nationals come here, do drugs, goes out the window
Yeah,
for me
it's
if
diluted now.
if you are the ones committing crimes.
Yeah.
And another thing is, these foreign nationals that we're saying, hey, selling drugs, hey, they're not doing it by themselves. For them not to get caught, they must be working with the police because they know about them. We buy this thing, we know.
Yeah,
them.
there's a demand. They had
Yes,
the
so
demand, they had the supply.
criminality is very, very high in this country. The government is not doing much about it. And the stores that people are complaining about, they have a point to complain because the money they make doesn't go anywhere towards
The economy.
our economy at all. But what does the government bring about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
Me looting them. There's there's a bloodline. I'm also wrong.
Just if I can add there, someone mentioned that it's funny, like how we complain that the foreign nationals, they come in and introduce crime in our country. Then he said, like, if you go to a country where criminality is controlled, I mean crime. Oh, there's crime everywhere else. I mean, like every country has crime, but like there are places whereby you don't just freely do whatever you want because there's laws, there's harsh laws. You know what I'm saying? So someone said if these people, they came to this country and they find us as law-abiding citizens, it would be hard for them to commit those crimes. But because they come into the country whereby, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she mentioned, like police officers, bro, I don't know for what reasons. Like I know a place in Randburg where I've with my eyes, I've seen people going there, police walking there, chilling with the people, certain nationality that I don't want to mention. You know what I'm saying? But they walk in there, they have a little conversation, they walk out, they leave. Then in Footy, I'm going to buy lunch and see. It's an ongoing thing. They
So
come.
it's a matter of mainly.
No, it's okay.
It's a matter of ugulo to say police are involved and border control mainly.
Most
The
definitely.
way you guys are thinking. So
Most definitely.
which means the government. Then it's the government's fault.
Most
I feel
definitely.
like it's everybody,
Everybody, including who?
including citizens
How?
of this country.
How?
What we've seen this week, the violence we've seen, it's not the government. Did you see a government official going to loot anyway?
Yeah, but the frustration
no.
which are brought by
Yes,
the government
but
not
guys,
acting.
Being frustrated does not absolve you of your crimes. You can be frustrated, yes, and there are channels to express your frustration. Don't go looting.
Yeah, Marakiri, we look at the history.
Yeah, we
How
can look
did
at history all we
Pela-
want.
yeah,
guys, but we have to be honest.
country, you
No,
know
no,
what the
guys.
problem is. Once, if ufuna ukuthathwa serious, you must make something which is gonna be like, if I'm gonna go protest the and say with the boards, yeah, they're not gonna do anything. That's how it's been. That's how we found freedom. That's how it's been. If you want your view to be heard, you do something which is gonna actually shake the government. Then they're gonna come and address you. So
But-
if I think that's the cause.
But I have an
of Kwenza ukuthi
issue
abantu
with
ba-
us attacking things that have nothing to do with the issues. Me
Yes.
burning down a school,
Yeah, obvious.
I'm killing more than
get
making
that.
the point,
Yeah.
you know. So I think the biggest problem we have in our country is the lawlessness. That's
Yep.
number one. A lot of people come down to South Africa knowing that our justice system, is, a lot
Who's
of
Yeah.
responsible for
So
fixing
it's
that?
safe to say our government is failing us, bro. Because like I had this thought the other day, like if now I decide to go to Nigeria for argument's sake, and I know I don't have any qualification. Let's say I've got relatives there. Then at the border, our border control system is weak.
true.
What are you going to do? Like, if I'm here to visit, can I be given certain amount of days for me to stay? Like maybe minimum of 15 days and a maximum of
Permit,
like
a
a
permit.
month.
Yes.
Permits. You know what I'm saying? But then if I'm here, like, listen, I'm coming into this country to look for a job. When there's already like a lot of
Millions,
people, millions
yeah.
of people who are unemployed, and you don't have any unique skill that we might need. So, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the border control system is failing us as well because they just allow anyone to come. Or even if they can shift the blame on, well, no, these people, they jump. I mean, like, guys, if we're really serious about any other issue, you'll take measures to make sure that you prevent it from happening. So we've got like, I've always had an issue with SANDF. Like, I think they've got a base in Pretoria.
Yes.
So when this issue that's currently happening now, when it started, it was in Pretoria. But I never saw even a single one SNDF official. You know what I'm saying? So the very same SNDF official, they can be taken across like the borders to protect the borders. I don't know how expensive it is, but I know like the problem in South Africa, there's issues, and when they need to be addressed or something to be implemented, there's
Okay.
issues of money.
But what about what's currently happening now? You are talking about an issue that is there.
Yeah.
But now that the issue is here, what's the solution? Because we do have a lot of foreign nationals that are not
Already.
documented, that are already in the country. Where does Home Affairs fit in? Because there are people who do bring in the skills. There are people who are genuinely looking
True.
to assist or even contribute in the economy. But because of the lack, I don't know what to call it. If it's lack of urgency from the Home Affairs, but we find a lot of people have their papers, but their papers are expired. Who add skills, they are now also clustered into
So
this.
whose responsibility it is to make sure that like once your papers expire, you need to renew them? I know as a person, it should be your responsibility.
It is
but
your-
now we know by now that like they don't do that.
No. I'm saying there are national,
nationals.
foreign nationals who go to Home Affairs. They keep giving them the runaround. No, come back next week. Come back next week. Because I know there are active people who, before it expires,
They
they
go.
start, engaging Home Affairs. But it ends up being expired because of the capacity. I don't know if it's a capacity thing
Yeah.
or
For
just
me-
inefficiency. I don't know what
For me, it's
is the problem.
I feel like we are just trying to blame one aspect for this thing, and it's not. It's everybody involved. It's the government, it's sectors of the government. Home Affairs, guys, Home Affairs doesn't help us as citizens as well. Like you go there, you stand for a full day, and you'll be told come back tomorrow. So imagine now, there's immigration laws that we need to strengthen. There's a lot. There's citizens. Oh wow, no guys, South Africans, you are violent. The thing is, whenever you want something done, you feel like your violence is justified, and it's not.
No, it's true. I agree with you.
And
I agree
it's
with you
not.
because I agree with you, but at the same time, it's like I understand the frustrations. It's just that the approach in like dealing with our frustrations, it's completely wrong. It's completely wrong because like, just think about like if look at South Africa today, you get like a lot of foreign nationals. They get all the privileges that South Africans get.
Yeah.
Some of them like they even get more than us. You get like
They
a
have
lot
RDPs.
of they've got RDPs. Okay.
You, a middle class, you are not poor enough to have an RDP. And
You know
yet
what
you're
I'm
not
saying?
earning enough to
To
be
buy
able
myself a
yourself
house. You know what I'm saying?
That person comes from wherever, they have a house.
They're entitled.
Then your frustration should be addressed to your government, not
Yeah,
them.
hence it
That's
goes
what
back
I'm
to the
saying.
point that I said. Then it's the government's responsibility at first hand, not just the citizens. Because that's what's gonna happen.
No. You as a citizen, being frustrated with your government doesn't mean you have to go and kill people.
How do I solve it then? What would be?
Go to your government, protest to the
To the
union
yeah,
buildings,
to
go
the
to
union.
parliament.
Continuously
That,
so.
yes, protesting there.
Yeah,
continuously
We
so.
say,
I mean, I'm not
I-
advocating for what people are doing,
no.
pending things.
I need to when you are saying
I'm
that
just saying to
because
make your
of
point to
history.
be heard,
Yes,
you
need
must
to be,
go an extra mile.
Yes,
Yeah.
the extra mile you can still do. You go to the union buildings, you gather there, you go
You just
to
stand there.
Hey, you what do you do?
Protest.
You
'cause
protest.
You burn it down, chief.
No.
you can't get it.
No.
Obviously, because it's so protected.
Because this is
But
what's gonna happen. You burn it down. The money that
that
is
is
gonna
how
be
the
used
government is-
to help you
That is
be
good.
used
That
to
is
rebuild.
how. But that
So,
is
we
what
still move.
that is
So-
what the but rather burn union buildings and burn a school or a clinic.
No. Don't burn
If
anything.
you are
I
to
feel
burn
like-
something,
I feel like
if you are to burn
the time for burning things that we need. Because once you burn something,
Yeah.
budget, we will go to rebuilding that.
Yeah, I
The very
understand.
same
Understand.
thing that you had. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
understand.
No, so stop burning stuff. Go there. Because electricity, another thing. If there's no electricity, they will block the roads where we all don't have electricity. Like,
Exactly.
but you blocking the roads here won't solve your problem. Go to Eskom there or wherever where they can make
Don't break
this.
the robots
Yes,
and
you break robots. Look,
Yeah, obviously you can't do things which
you
are
are
gonna
setting
affect
us
you
back. Like,
or the other people, obviously.
no, like you
But
can't.
But
we
mina,
have
my
seen
point
that-
is le ndaba leyokuya straight ukuthi hey sifuna in it doesn't work.
Have you
It
tried
has not
it?
worked.
Have you tried
They've
it?
tried it. A lot of people, a couple of
Eh,
times
no,
I've
no,
seen
no,
it.
no,
Mina
I-
personally, I haven't.
No, I think
haven't,
maybe
but obviously my experience also based not.
maybe they
personal,
just given
but-
they had just given up. They never went like they never persisted. 'Cause,
No,
like
guys.
if you protest continuously, I mean like if you look at it, maybe you can close roads and stuff like that. Don't break anything. Don't ban anything. Maybe you can. let's
Yeah,
say,
right,
to show
close-
your seriousness.
Yeah,
I'm
Then
gonna
union
do this.
buildings.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, wait.
Close off union buildings,
I'm-
silly
I
off,
am go-
and then the
I'm go-
people who are inside can't.
I'm gonna
But then
do
it's
this.
hostage again. It's
I
wrong
need to be-
again.
We are gonna
You are
do
holding
this.
people hostage.
Last year, when the women were marching, union buildings, was anything burnt? Did they burn?
They were marching
anything?
for what? I can't remember me.
Oh wow, I'm judging you. However, against
Do you know what
gender-based
what were they
violence,
marching for?
they were going there to give the president a memorandum. They went to him directly. They waited until he got there. They
Yeah.
didn't burn anything. The president eventually got there. There was a summit. See now, whatever problems we have now, it's always directed to the president because what we didn't go burning men in the streets. We didn't. No.
Did he solve the problem?
He hasn't. However,
See?
the struggle will still
It didn't work.
continue. It doesn't mean it's not working. We are still pushing it. No, now, boy, electricity, is it working now?
No,
Burning
I mean,
down
I'm
stuff,
not-
are
no.
you, no, are you happy now?
Mina, I'm being realistic in
no,
terms
you're
of
not being
the people who are actually doing this.
No,
Not that I'm doing it.
They
I'm saying
don't
people should
accomplish
continue.
anything. No, what happens is they get something to quiet them down for a couple of months, and then the same thing happens again. So clearly you're not